I let them know just who they listening to. But I ain't playing, I'm taking it to the hoop. Jump with me and I'll show you just what to do. I'm just saying, I'm always spitting the flame. Can't knock me, aka the Phoenix, my name. But I ain't playing, I'm coming straight down the lane. You know I got no better, get out the way. If I don't know nothing else, it ain't no test in my pen. MJ with the game on the line, I'm just expected to win. Lyrically, I'm knocking them out. Metaphors connect with your chin. Get hit with the hook to your body. The flow gon' fracture your ribs. I'm taking action, cause the only thing that talking gon' do is prolong my bragging.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to Yale Radiocast. Listen, business owners, people that are entrepreneurial in spirit and need to get their business out there, contact Yale Entertainment. We will advertise your company. We will advertise your brands with a listener base that covers the globe. We offer a variety of packages at affordable prices. Call us at 678-586-9241. If you need to email us, you can contact us at yalerent1@gmail.com. If you need to get your business out there, contact Yale Entertainment to get the business.
One step away from hitting center stage. One step away from coming out the tunnel to the game. One step away from everybody jumping on my way. Now just let me introduce you to the way I do my thing. I feel like I'm a step away from hitting center stage. One step away from coming out the tunnel to the game. One step away from everybody jumping on my way. Now just let me introduce you to the...
Behind every successful woman is a band of other successful women that have her back. That's why my platform is women empowerment and entrepreneurship. I am Keisha Hawley Roberts, your 2022 Mrs. California and the National Sorority Pageant, representing the mother of all, Order of Eastern Stars.
Yale Radiocast, now on Pandora Radio.
what's up, man? It's your boy Pimp Slim, man.
Jump Be the Truth, co-host of Pimp Talk, YBDT, you heard?
Tune in to Pimp Talk, man. We just gonna give y'all a little flavor of what we got going on around here.
We bringing knowledge, we bringing inspiration, we bringing all that feel-good stuff that you may be lacking in your everyday life.
There ain't ways to try to reach out to these young people to change the world a little bit. Join your boy Pimp Slim, man. From 7 to 9.
Yale Radiocast and RTV every Monday, you heard?
Yeah.
Welcome everybody. This is the first edition of The Uneducated Entrepreneur, hosted by Tony Ford. As you can tell by my appearance, I am not the guy known as Tony Ford, the man, the myth, the legend, but I am the program director of Yale Entertainment, Dialing Yale, the CEO of Yale Entertainment Multimedia Group, and the guy that's honored and privileged to present to you, along with my brother TR over there at RTV, The Uneducated Entrepreneur. For those who are unaware, Mr. Tony Ford is a businessman. He's here joining us, and he came to me a little while ago and said, "Darling, you have a great product there." And he brought along his idea of the Uneducated Entrepreneur, and I feel honored that you could bring such an outstanding product to our platform. So we're going to go ahead and introduce Mr. Tony Ford, the man himself. How you doing there, sir?
Oh, wonderful. Just loving this Friday Atlanta traffic. So why do I have to be the man, the myth, the legend? Are you implying something else behind there?
I'm implying Tony is a man who is well appreciated throughout my tenure of knowing you. I would say that you walk with a lot of respect from a lot of people, and when we had a discussion on the Mail Review, there was a conversation about people following the lead that stood in my head. And, you know, there's some things that transpired recently in your career, and everybody said, put it like this, all eyes were on Tony at that moment. And you kind of know what I'm talking about without going too far into it. But yeah, that's a little bit of what that's all about, man. And it's just appreciation for who you are, man.
So that's why I'm the man, the myth, the legend, making waves and not even trying to. But to reiterate what you're saying there, the basic premise of the show is, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be an executive, if you want to do anything you want in a career or a possible career, you can do it no matter what your past.
Miss Phoenix, that's Phoenix Williams, said, "Why are y'all almost matching attire though?"
Hey, that's funny. We're creatures of habit, so we're used to wearing uniforms, and the blazer's just part of it. I mean, next time we're gonna come in beachwear. So, when you get up to the executive level, that's part of your uniform is the beachwear. You just have to have, a suit jacket and a button down, and you can wear the shorts down below the table.
Because all the videos are done from the chest up.
Absolutely. Dylan knows, being from Florida.
Yeah, hey.
half the time I don't know if he's at work or not. He's just creating a background and all the green room type stuff. So all this technology, you never know.
Man, look, and the funny thing about it is, I've always had some form of a dress attire. While we're talking about that, I think my mom set a precedence in an early age of appearance for me, and that's probably a part of entrepreneurship is the appearance and how you represent yourself. Because until your business grows, you are the face of your brand. I mean, I'm even me in this moment right here, not truly wanting to be on all these shows and have my face. This is the most presentable face, mind you. and I'm showing myself a lot. And my goal wholeheartedly is to be so far behind the scenes that you very rarely see me. But in the growth of my business, I have to be the image of what I want Yale Entertainment to be. My hashtag for Yale Entertainment is the gold standard. The gold standard of things have a certain following or imagery behind it that I want to represent. When people see me and they see the brand, it all makes sense to them. So, yeah. But we're here talking about you, enough about me, brother.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hit it right on the money. You are, the image of your product, of your company. So, no matter what you do, you represent yourself first. And if a company is lucky enough to have you, then the better you represent yourself, the better you represent the company. So it starts with you. And I think moving forward in life, whoever's listening to this, first of all, I believe that anyone that is lucky enough to get any of this information, you may be able to make some changes in your life. And I believe that starts with the old cliche, it's you. What are you looking for? What drives you? What's going to separate you in your future from now? And how are we going to get there?
Okay.
So, I would encourage everybody to get a piece of paper. If you're listening now or later or whenever you stream this again, write down some dreams you've had in the past, right? I mean, because we really want to, have a life of living a fulfilled life. So, if you're listening to this, that means you're not at some level. So there has to be some changes made to get you to that level. So, Dallin always wanted to be a ballet dancer, so he approached me about. That wasn't you?
No.
My bad.
No.
Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but no, it wasn't that. And as important as the you is, and I've been lucky enough to be in management for many years of my careers, and I will tell you that when you're out and you see people, the impression does make a huge difference. When I first met Dylan, for instance, just at his full-time job, I saw something in him, the way he carried himself, the way he spoke, the way he watched how he interacted with customers. And that's pretty deep. When I say customers, it's not necessarily who you would think. It's actually people that work for you. Because even when you're in a position of leadership, I believe you still serve the people that work under your umbrella. I will say that they don't really work for you. They're under your umbrella. You're just helping to have some guidance.
Right.
So, but to start off, like even with myself, right? So a lot of people know that I'm in management. And I also have some side businesses, and I'm here to say that you can do pretty much anything you want, but each thing will come with different guidelines and time frames. So you just have to, I would say write them down every day, talk about them with people around you and see, what type of support you're going to get. But that's the first thing I would recommend.
Well, I would like to ask this. With this being your first episode, I think it would be well advised to tell people who Tony Fore is, for him to be the person to give advice, to say, hey, this is what this is about business. I mean, you say that, but tell us a little bit about your road.
Well, I would consider my road, actually, the path of leadership sometimes begins at a young age. So this may sound kind of funny, but the first time I really remember being a part of leadership was when I was a lieutenant for the crossing guard on the way to school. And as funny as that sounds, I really believe that that's why the kids and the youth is very important, to get them involved in awareness and in overall, rewards for being, a good role model in school and such. But no, seriously, that was the first thing I remember. It may sound funny to some, and some maybe listening from Michigan in the future, or even now, they'll probably remember that. But yeah, I remember being a lieutenant in the crossing guard. I remember being captain, or leaders on sports teams. Quarterback.
You were that guy.
Well, humbly so. I like when I was a quarterback in starting in elementary school and junior high and such. It wasn't really a position that I was really wanted. I would like to be more of a running back or catching flank passes and such. But I was put in the role and I excelled at it. Not just because I could throw, but the leadership sometimes comes out of you when it's spurred.
But let me ask this: was it forced upon you, or did you just stand out? Because that's what happens a lot of times. Sometimes you get forced into that role and you're not ready for it.
I think I was more forced into it just because of my arm, and there were some injuries in other positions. So, but with that being said, I always carried myself a different way. I mean, even from a young age, when I was on the field, it was all about business. So I mean, ironically so, right? Even in sports, it was about business.
It is. Don't get me started on that.
So, fast forward to one of my first jobs. I was lucky enough to work for a company right out of high school in Michigan, so to speak, and I was then I would call like a line supervisor.
Okay.
But the reason why I liked that, because I was actually voted to get that position by my peers, and my peers were my age all the way up to almost retirement age. So that was pretty exciting.
So I'm assuming that you had some good moments handling these, or some troubles. I mean,
yeah.
I'm looking for the hard times here that leads to entrepreneurship, or because it's like they got the cute stories. Let me put it like that. The cute stories of, I just knew from the time that I was born that I was going to be the. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to give people the true road to this.
Yeah, that the entrepreneurship, I think it is built in you, because there's a lot of other factors involved, and some of them are quite simply, they just feel like they can do things and provide a service on a different level that other people can't. And it may be running a radio station, it may be staffing a company, or owning a company, or or building products better than anybody else.
Right.
So, and that's like with me, with my side business, it's like a little construction business. It's more gratifying. It's more art. So my level of entrepreneurship on that side, it fulfills me in a different way. So, and that's why I really say each person needs to dig down and find the who of who they are and what's going to drive them.
Do you think we should be calling our main goals side businesses, though? I kind of like have a feeling whenever I'm saying like my business, I don't like to say, well, my other business or my side gig.
Exactly.
Like it's like just me treating, I've heard people say, I got this little podcast. Never say, and I always tell them, never say anything that you got is little.
Right.
Because that shows that you have very low level of faith or belief in yourself.
And that's another thing that we need to bring up. So what is your focus, and what's your focus for the future? My focus for me is for the leadership and the mentorship and the growth in the company that I work for. Now, for the person that wants to be a sole entrepreneur, I think you need to speak that into existence from the beginning. Like, like if you want to own a bakery, I'm a baker. I'm a baker, but wow. I'm going to go work this job until I can fulfill those dreams. But I do believe that anyone can do anything they want. They just have to, make a path for it and take a step every day and head along the path.
Right. So we the topic of this show is the who. who you are before being the entrepreneur.
Right.
Talk
And
about that.
so each person individually has to dig in and find out what is going to drive them, right? And then you got to figure out who you are. When I say who you are, it's situational, because each person right now is in a different situation.
Correct.
I can't quit my full-time job because of other obligations and just, build decks or this and that. I could, but everything has to be phased in, and that's part of who you are right now in time, right? We all have obligations, but as long as you have a dream and a path, you can get there. So really the who is who you are currently, and the who later is going to be different, because you're going to evolve during the process, and as the process is finalizing, and it may never fully, I don't want to say end, because you're always evolving, right? As your business may evolve, you may get into what you thought was your dream, and it may sidetrack and go into something else, which is fine. It just means you're actually following what is speaking to you from the inside.
Okay. Let me ask this, because people think they have a idea of who they are, what they're doing. Like, how do you truly know? We talked before starting the show about how did I get started, because somebody told me, darling, you should have been doing this. And I want to give a shout out, as I always do, to Africa Allah. She is the reason that I'm doing this at the moment. She sat me down and said, 4 shows in, darling, you should have been doing this.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Just like you said earlier, something you saw in me. So how does somebody truly know the path they're on for what they want to be is that path?
Well, I believe that the path comes from faith, but faith comes from a belief, and you have to listen to the voice that's in you when it's calling to something that's greater than what you see in the outside.
Okay.
So if something's calling you from the inside, and it's been calling you for your whole life, or something's coming out more now than, let's just say, your 9 to 5, you really should explore that, because you could go 10 years down the road and you'll have regret for not trying that. For me, for example, I can't tell you how many situations I've been in when people are just thanking me, say, Tony, I can't believe you steered me this way. I love it. Thank you so much. I've never been happier. And, they've started doing things more, baking, and I say that because some people have gifts that we wouldn't consider gifts, cooking, baking, whatever your passion is,
Right.
I believe that anything that's your passion, you should explore. So,
what if you ain't good at it, though?
Well,
I mean, think about it. How many people wanted to be sports athletes and they sucked at it? Let's just be honest with it.
yeah, but then you have to look at why they wanted to be sports athletes. Did they just want to be sports athletes just for the clout? For other reasons, for the money? It gets deeper than that. I mean, of course, I wanted to be a sports athlete too, but with no cartilage in one of my hips, you have to come to reality.
Okay.
So there's different levels to it, and genetics plays to a factor in some things. Circumstances as you progress through life, but I really just believe finding out who you are and finding out what you want to do, and you can make a path to get there.
Okay. Everybody on the stream, thank you for joining Tony Ford and the Uneducated Entrepreneur. We do have the lines open for call-ins. If we got any questions for Tony Ford, 678-501-5177. Go ahead and give us a call and give Tony a shout out. Also, we want some likes on the stream, so hit us with a like and hit us with a hello. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're on the stream so we can shout you out. This is live interaction right now for the first show. This will be the theme that we will be uploading to over 30 platforms. That includes iHeart, Pandora, all those good networks that y'all like to catch your streams on. So this will be after the live uploaded. So we just want to give a shout out and thank you to those and let us know that you're here with us. And we're going to talk, and once again, the topic is the who in being an entrepreneur. Talking about a little bit about my journey. I knew I loved music, right? That's kind of like, because you asked me kind of like what got me here. I knew I had a passion for hip hop, and even before then, just live music bands, Gap Band, Earth, Wind, and Fire, later on in the hip hop Run DMC and all that type of stuff. I had a true passion for music. So I woke up one day and it's like, it's garbage on the radio, man. It's garbage on the radio, man. Why is this the only outlet? And it's not even about what I heard. It's about the fact that I was doing some stuff in the music industry that I heard so many talented artists and so many talented people that I wanted to create an outlet for them. Where, I played you some stuff earlier. What's the platform for this artist that doesn't have the big buzz or the big machine behind them? What's the platform for this person who is still trying to develop who they are, or they can't get the interviews, or they don't have a management team behind them, but they know they got something? That's kind of like really what led me to creating Yale Radiocast, a multimedia platform that does everything for it. And, I enjoy what I do, really enjoying the ability to help others out.
Yeah, and I believe that your intention right there is really pure. And to be quite honest, that's why I love my job, where I go to every day. It's because I love mentoring. I love the chance to, hire hundreds of people a year and give them an opportunity to, to get it. First of all, get a job.
Right.
I mean, that to me, that's the most empowering thing, is when you can actually give people jobs so they can have an opportunity to make money, to support or do whatever they want to do. And then it evolves even more to watch people grow.
Yeah, it does. And just in my 9 to 5, I would say, I take appreciation of seeing somebody who is following behind me moving up, or just receiving any kind of award for what the work they do.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a raise or employee, officer of the month, employee of the month, all that stuff, I enjoy watching somebody receiving credit off the work they put in. So.
Yeah, I believe that. And when you constantly hang around people that are positive and they're uplifting, and they always talk about these success stories, it's really contagious. I know countless people. Let's just take, I know someone that was a waitress, worked her butt off. She became an assistant manager, and then got promoted again to be the assistant service manager for the restaurant. I mean, that
Right.
might not sound like a huge success story, but think about that.
To me, it is.
It's a success story because you can have that mentality of just going to work every day
Yes.
and serving tables, and then what?
And then going home.
And then every day being frustrated.
Yeah.
Because
you still got to figure out, and I've known some waitresses too, or people in that field who's worked just to make enough money to get to work.
Yep.
And they want to do more. They know they got something, but there's no door for them. They're stuck in the hamster wheel of going to work and going home. I've been in that wheel.
Yep.
Man, I was stuck in that wheel. So how you get out the wheel?
Well, I mean, you're already running on the wheel, right?
Yeah.
So instead of running on the wheel,
Do you get off the wheel? Do you take the chance to get off the wheel?
Yes, you have to.
You took the chance and got off the wheel.
well, in my
Okay.
last opportunity, I did. But when someone tells you that you can't do something because it's not in a certain budget, but yet you see other people doing the same thing, having other opportunities,
Right.
you sort of, if you hold yourself to a certain standard, you'll make a decision pretty quickly.
Right.
So that's what I did. And luckily, there's always, if you have integrity and you have a good working rapport and good reputation around, there'll always be good opportunities for you.
Right. Right.
So, I know, speaking of entrepreneurship, I know a couple landscapers,
How did you gather around them?
well, check this out. 7 or 8 years ago, they were cutting grass. They were riding in vans, driving around the city, cutting grass all day. They progressed throughout their career the same way, worked hard, went to work every day, they ended up being a supervisor. The supervisors usually drive the vehicle around, which usually means you have to have a driver's license.
Yep.
Pretty responsible, right? You can't be out partying, losing your driver's license.
That you can't do what Dallin did.
You know, then
before waking up and getting it together, right?
Yeah, then end up being a crew leader, and then actually co-owning their own business in this market. But that's part of what I'm talking about. And there's something that's going to drive you. Are you going to continue to use somebody else's lawnmower, or use somebody else's hair clippers? Or rent their booth in their own, in their hair studio.
Right. Right. Well, I think what we need to focus on is, because I want to get down to some steps, to step-by-step stuff with the audience, because we're kind of like jumping all over the place a little bit, but I do want to go back into the who, and what makes you wholeheartedly sure of you being who you want to do this. Because me, I'm an artist. I draw, I paint. I've done a lot of that work. I got awards through county, city-wide first place awards, and everybody coming up thought that Dallin was going to definitely be an artist, right? I had scholarships given to me for colleges, Florida State, Bethune-Cookman, and here I am doing something aside from that. So I got to find, so it made me look back and say, well, what's the connection to what I'm actually doing to my true artistic passion? Because maybe, take this for example, we talked about this athlete, maybe the actual person who is might have made it in basketball, but they might be a good coach. Maybe an artist who may not make it in actually the hip-hop career may be a good writer. So you have to focus on something that's a little adjacent to what you're doing, because you make that actual lane may not be it. So we're going to go into some stuff. Go ahead.
Exactly, and that's part of the path, right? So when you have those passions and things you want to explore, so those are the little side tracks and the branches that you may actually end up in. And it really hit me that I need to be talking to more people and having a larger audience when I was lucky enough, to give staff meetings and this and that. And part of the staff meetings I would give, like, a little motivation, because you always want your team to grow, right?
Right.
And I would always get great feedback from the staff about them moving on to another step to elevate their career at some point, whether it be, in the current company or a possible opportunity anywhere else. So that's why this platform is great, because if I can help someone right now identify who they are from the inside and start making a path of how they're going to get it, how they're going to tackle it. Right. For me, it's talking to people and empowering and guiding them to I would say greatness, because we all have greatness in us. You know? So it's just like I said, with me, it's talking and if I can grab somebody, they're gonna have some forward movement and some success.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. Tony, do you got your take to break spiel yet? No, you don't.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I was gonna start with finally.
Hey. No.
Wrong show?
Wrong show.
Oh, what about? Oh, my bad.
We're going to work on that. Copyrights.
What about this one?
No. Copyrights. But so we're going to actually go on a commercial break. Thank you for tuning in to the Uneducated Entrepreneur, the first episode of the Uneducated Entrepreneur with Tony Four. We're going to do an ad run, and also in the ad run is going to be a promo for tagging your business. If you do have a business out there, we want you to tag your business, because we got some prizes coming up for the people that's tagging their business. This is the purpose here. We're looking for ways to promote people's business, to get them some level of whatever the next level is for their business. So we're focusing on that. We're going to go on a 5 to 10 minute break. We're going to be right back with Tony Ford, the Uneducated Entrepreneur.
People who have worked over years, people sacrifice more than you'll ever know to be.
I'm trying to win, coach. When I look at them pictures and trophies and stuff, it just makes me sad. When I'm done with this game, or the game is done with me, I don't want to be no ghost on the wall. I want to be more than that.
I let them know just who they listening to. But I ain't playing, I'm taking it to the hoop. Jump with me and I show you just what you want. I'm just saying, I'm always getting the flame. Can't knock me, make it 80 fingers, my name. else. It ain't no test in my pen. MJ with the game on the line. I'm just expected to win. Lyrically, I'm knocking them out. Metaphors connect with your chin. Get hit with the hook to your body. The flow gon' fracture your ribs. I'm taking action. Cause the only thing that talking gon' do is prolong my bragging.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to Yale Radiocast. Listen, business owners, people that are entrepreneurial in spirit and need to get their business out there, contact Yale Entertainment. We will advertise your company. We will advertise your brands with a listener base that covers the globe. We offer a variety of packages at affordable prices. Call us at 678-586-9241. If you need to email us, you can contact us at yalerent1@gmail.com. If you need to get your business out there, contact Yale Entertainment to get the business.
One step away from hitting center stage. One step away and coming out the tunnel to the game. One step away from everybody jumping on my way. Now just let me introduce you to the way I do my thing. I feel like I'm a step away from hitting center stage. One step away from coming out the tunnel to the game. One step away from everybody jumping on my way. Now just let me introduce you to the...
Behind every successful woman is a band of other successful women that have her back. That's why my platform is women empowerment and entrepreneurship. I am Keisha Hawley Roberts, your 2022 Mrs. California and the National Sorority Pageant, representing the mother of all, Order of Eastern Stars.
Yale Radiocast, now on Pandora Radio. All right, we are back from the break, the advertisement break. We are back with Mr. Tony Ford, the uneducated entrepreneur. How you come up with that title, uneducated entrepreneur?
Well, quite honestly, I just was general about it since I didn't go to college for 4, 8, 10, 12 years. So the biggest thing is I see a lot of success stories with various types of careers, and even especially entrepreneurship, with individuals that don't finish a college degree.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying college isn't important, because if you have an opportunity, I do believe that you need to explore that and finish out some type of college education.
I think college opened doors.
Exactly.
Maybe isn't a end all be all to success, because I mean I've supervised and managed over people that had master's degrees, so that's interesting. Talk about that.
I've seen it myself. I've seen, probably, to be quite honest, probably more people that had degrees working alongside with a lot of people that didn't. So it really comes down to what your drive is for actually work or getting a business or getting a career.
Right. Okay. I want to circle back to what we was talking about, the who. Once you kind of figure out your business model, what you want to do, what is one of the main things you need to do to actually dive into it? You can't just say, okay, I got a business.
Well,
because you're still, as I said, you're you. So,
but it's a level of what you want out of the business. What is gonna fulfill you? Do you want a business just to want a business to say you have a business?
Why did you want business? I told you my goals.
So my business, my construction business that I have
is
well, yeah, because I just have I consider that whenever I do operate in it,
right,
it's very successful, because every number I've wanted to hit, per year I've hit. So this year I just haven't done anything with it, but like I said, it's a focus.
Right. I'm going to pull up some stats, and I was looking at this earlier. I didn't get a chance to circle back on it, about the success rates and the failure rates of businesses after their first year, man. And this ain't the link that I was looking for, but how was it in your first year with starting your business? Let me ask that.
I would say that it was very successful, because I wanted to make a certain amount, and I wanted to complete certain projects, and the projects that I wanted to complete, the style of projects and the amount of money that I made came true. Everything came true. I mean, almost to the number of dollars I wanted to make within that, it is what I made. And that may be a little bit deeper on a different conversation, as far as visualizing it and putting it to work.
Right.
But I just, it was very successful. And I believe that you define the success of your business. So I would consider what you're doing successful, and, it's if you want to, like I said before, if you want to bake and you don't make any money off it, but you make people happy and you make yourself happy.
Right.
To me, that's a success.
Right.
It's really about what the who is important, because, that's going to define your needs moving forward if your business can support it.
Okay. I'm pulling up a stats from actually the Chamber of Commerce that shows some numbers here for us, and I want to kind of like go over this real fast, and we don't want to do a deep dive. It's just, we're still in kind of like getting to some other stuff. From 2009 to 2016, the number of small businesses started each year hovered around 400,000. How many small businesses are there in the United States? As of 2018, 30.2 million small businesses operating in the United States. How many small businesses are individually operated? You individually operated, correct?
Correct.
22 million of small businesses in the United States are individually operated, meaning that they have no other employees other than the other owner.
Yep.
What percentages of the United States are small businesses? A whopping 99.9% of businesses in the United States are small businesses, owing to the rather large threshold of 500 employees or fewer. Nearly half of the nation's workforce, 49.2%, are employees by small business owners. This amounts to 120 million people.
That's a large percentage.
Yes. Let's talk about that a little bit. Talk about them numbers.
And that's interesting, because it goes to show you that a majority of the people are, or half, are not working for huge corporations.
Right. So let's talk about the money. Where's the money at?
Well, the good thing is we live in a very diverse,
self-sufficient society a little bit. Shout out to Kedrick Williams. What's up, Redrick? How you doing, brother? Hey guys, God bless. Appreciate you for tuning in. Tony, that's so small businesses. Is it what's the goal? I guess if we're talking about who. Are you looking to run a small business? It's not you, meaning you, people in general. Are we thinking small business when we get started? Or are we thinking?
Well, I think that that's going to be situational. Also, I believe that there's an opportunity for you to run a large business, and sometimes that if you don't start a larger size business, there may be an opportunity to get into that said business, and then you could possibly buy it out.
Right.
I've seen that happen too, to where you have an employee come into a company, be a high level executive, and then what happens as the owner or owners, come to a retirement age or they want to step back, they start looking at ways to, liquidate the company or sell it off.
Right.
And that happens. That happens quite a bit. I've seen a couple little companies do that.
Yeah.
But that's the key, is positioning yourself, and that's why it starts with you. Again, everything is going to come back to you.
That's interesting, because if you're really building something that is idealistically your baby, are you building, and goes back to the who you are or what you're looking for with this. Are you looking to create something to sell, or are you looking to create something for a legacy of your own? I've had a talk with my son and say, hey, I'm eventually passing all this over to you. He said he's changed the name. I said, no, you ain't.
Exactly.
but I'm trying to build a brand. I say, you didn't see the son of Mr. McDonald's, whatever his name is, sell the name and change the name of McDonald's.
No.
Phoenix, how did COVID affect your business, if at all? Ooh, talk about that. Talk about not necessarily even COVID, just unplanned for events that come out the way, that come out of nowhere, that just run your business over.
Yeah, I think COVID in general woke up businesses everywhere. I think that's why being diverse and being strong independently helps. So you're not fully reliant. You have some other revenue, some other ways to make money, and I think that's probably more important to where coming in. That's why I like for myself, for instance, I've worked in so many different areas to where I feel that once you've managed one area in a company, you can pretty much manage another business or a company. You just have to learn their processes.
Right.
And the willingness of it. So, if you've worked in a factory, you can work, if you've been a supervisor, you can pretty much supervise anybody if you're successful.
You think?
You think? I do. Because leadership is pretty much the same wherever you go. People in any business want to be, unless they're the leader, they want to be mentored. They want to feel like they're important. They want to feel like the business needs them.
I think, speaking on the topic of COVID, it changed a lot of people. It did change the business models of how businesses operate.
Yeah.
Some good, some bad. Nonetheless, it changed people.
Well, and that's what I was getting to, because you forced people to be more diverse, right? So in my business, like my day job flourished, because that industry is only getting stronger with everything going on right now.
Okay.
So the opportunities for our, day job is only going to, continue to get better in that. But like the construction, that depends on external forces. Do the people that are actually paying you have the money to actually pay their construction bills? So at that point, I only took smaller jobs, just in anticipation of that. But so could you imagine if some of the other companies couldn't make it.
I mean, I think I witnessed that through COVID, working in a building that had over 25 businesses.
Yes.
And seeing a lot of it shut down. So what would you give to anybody who has a business? Say, hey, this is how you prepare for this. Like, of course, it's saving money. That's the theoretic answer, right? Like, yeah, well, this is going to happen, so make sure you're putting money to the side.
Yeah, I think it's more like savings and investing is have a diverse portfolio, having a diverse, a diverse way to have income coming in. So I mean, even myself, I've seen it. All along Atlanta during the pandemic, I've seen buildings not being finished until the pandemic was easing up, and even until now 2022, some of these buildings and houses are just now getting finished.
Right.
So yeah, to your point, there were some people that put stuff on the back burners.
Right. I would add to that from how I witnessed things, and not necessarily with that, just it made me aware that maybe your business model needs more than one way to bring in income. The breakdown of this business with multimedia. So we don't just do this, we do this, and this. This market right here can totally crash, but we still do this, and this. These two can crash or whatever, or even change. Not even crash, just change altogether.
Absolutely.
But we still have other ways. So I think the best thing that I tell everybody is find some kind of way in your business structure to have more than one way is to bring in revenue.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree with you. And with your platform, even you, for example. So, that's why it's good to have, your little side modeling that you do. I saw you down there prancing in the car. You get that shiny car out there.
The blue Da Vinci, baby. The blue Da Vinci. I got the tie to match the caddy, and you ain't see the blue shades, but you ain't ready for none of that.
No. I'm just joking. No, it's definitely important to think about those, those circumstances. And
well, I think people, you got to be ready to take on anything like this. This is the struggle I had, right? Real life happened to me 2 to 3 different times where I had to stop doing this, and it's like, okay, so I had this go on, had to move. Then I had, life experiences with, not to go deep into it, but it caused me to not even want to do nothing anymore.
Yeah.
So I think people need to be well prepared and well equipped to take on all the things and just have, I think, as it said in the survey, in the report, that one person, you're going to need somebody else.
Yeah.
You're going to need somebody else. And I think the last thing that I did, which is before my current restart, was I need a team.
Yeah.
I need a group of people. I cannot do this by myself. I can, but doing it by myself has proven that it does not work. So I would say you could try it, but just.
And I believe you're at a different stage with this
Yes.
business. I believe you're probably in like step 3 to where you've already.
We're going into a phase 3 for this current rendition.
Yes.
Actually, so. It's been a phase.
Exactly.
It's been a phase in each restart.
Yeah,
it's like the Marvel universe.
And this stuff is deep. Like being an entrepreneur or being an executive or the road to that is deep. It's not just I want to be a supervisor because I feel like I can. That's the beginning of it.
Right.
But I've seen people want to be a supervisor just because. I mean. Without any skill sets, or no, I'm serious. I
agree with you. That's
unique.
why I'm laughing. Look, I had this one guy come in. I interviewed him, and day one, he was like, "So I just want to know what I need to do to get into the supervisor position." And I was like, "Whoa, buddy, let's get you in the door and get you started working first, because I mean and I get it. You want the supervisor position. It takes more money, and probably some people just want to tell people what to do. But you haven't even proved your work ethic yet.
Yeah.
And still to this day, that same guy's talking to me 3 years later. Yeah, so I just want to know, like, whenever you leave this building, I want to go ahead and take over your position. Dude, you ain't even proved that you're worthy of doing your job, much less doing mine. So.
Oh yeah, that's funny you said that story. I remember a similar story about somebody else that I sent to your building. They said the same exact thing, and they lasted 1 day of training. So a lot of it is fluff, you know. But again, people that have something about them, they give off a different energy. I saw it in you when I first met you.
Right.
And people, when you walk into a room, you can feel it.
Oh shoot! Now you talking.
And I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about me.
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm just joking.
No, for real though. But hey, all jokes aside, yo. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell the story. All right. So me being a manager in a position, a director over a building, and the property management would always upset me, and I would literally call Tony to fix the situation. Only by walking into the room. And this is a true story. It kind of pissed me off. Like, why? I don't have that type of power. Well, maybe I wouldn't just tell them everything they need to hear. But Tony would come in and say, yo, what's up? Hey, Tony. Yo. It's like Norm from Cheers. So talk about the personality aspect of being, you know, just somebody like, because you could have a business, and if you're boring or if you just have no energy or personality, can you really be an entrepreneur?
Well, I believe so, but the problem is people are not going to gravitate towards you. They're not going to want you in their house to, you know, they want some level of bonding with even their you know, their whoever they're hiring.
Right.
You know, there's a level of that. So, but part of it is also knowing, it's part of development in a leadership role is knowing how to interact with different people.
Right.
Now, I never interacted with anybody else like that to that level.
Right.
But there were other clients to where even on a regular visit, I would have to fully suit up in a tie, you know. But that's the problem. Some people don't understand that and how to separate that stuff.
I saw you pull up in the sweatpants bumping Biggie, man. I saw you pull up in the sweatsuit with the tank top.
I was on
bumping Biggie.
I was on the clock that day. I remember. Yeah.
I said, Tony, what are you doing? Must be nice.
But I did have my change of clothes in there, so if I would have needed to, I would have found a phone booth and changed.
Now you think he's Superman. Okay, so
no.
so appearance is a thing, though, obviously, right?
Well,
appearance is a thing until you actually know the people you're servicing.
Appearance, body language, the way you carry, just your whole body posturing when you're in a leadership role. I believe that all that stuff comes into factor, you know, whenever people are looking up to you.
Okay.
And if people are expected to look up to you, if you don't carry yourself right, they're quickly going to look at you and then down at you.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that with the appearance. Confidence is a form of appearance. Just, you know, there's ways to be confident without being conceited, as they may look at it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I will say this also, when you're looking at what it is and what drives you of who you are, once you believe it, no one else can take it away from you. And the reason why I say that is because there's never been a position that I wanted that I didn't already believe that I had the position before I even went for it. So, and this may be on a different topic, but I would always see myself in the position, working the position before I even had the position. Sometimes even before I even applied for the position.
Right.
So my last position, I would always envision myself doing the work and working the position and owning the position before the position was even vacant.
Right.
Let's just say that.
Right.
And not to say that I was wishing anyone to leave, but whenever you see a position or a CEO or someone that owns a business, right?
Yeah.
Let's say someone that owns a radio podcast. You want to see yourself running the switchboard.
No, I don't.
Well, no, you already do.
No. But, hey, this was bestowed upon me. That's the conversation we had.
But for everyone else out there, you have to visualize it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll never. Well, I shouldn't say never, because I'll get into that. The speaking words and never speak anything out of existence or into existence.
Right.
But
shout out to King Drew. 1 Million Club. # your business, Drew. Just shout out to you for joining the stream, brother. What we are doing is Tony Ford, the uneducated entrepreneur. Just the steps of entrepreneurship. King Drew has a business. # your business. What we will be doing is creating rewards and prizes and things for people for their businesses. It could be an interview to talk about your businesses, or it could be a cash reward, because Tony already up here in the suit like he got it. Like he's sitting like he got it. He's sitting like he got it. You know, he's sitting like he got it.
That's just a part of it, but that's where it starts, you know. And
notice he didn't even deny it too, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
Well, denial is part of speaking things out of existence. So, you know, as we move forward, it's already there for us. So there's too much opportunity. There's too many businesses that can benefit by us reaching out and putting it out there. If you have a business and you want it to be promoted, reach out to Yale.
Spicer said, I need cash.
Cash? Well,
cash.
We can talk about cash. Now, cash in itself is, you know, what's the timeline? That's going to depend.
We can take care of you over a period of time.
Well, no, that's going to depend on the type of entrepreneurship. Are you talking about, you know, a stack in a day, or you know?
I think Spicy will possibly take anything that will assist her in the moment. King Drew hashtag get told trash U-Haul 1 million club music distribution junk removal. So shout out to you, King Drew. You've already been here twice within the studios of Yale Radiocast. We will possibly have you on, possibly for a business talk for your business ventures outside of your music side, sir. Get it all out there, man, because we want to talk about people about how their roles as well, because at this point we're talking about how we got here or where we're at. I think what creates great content is when you have a multitude of people. Therefore, it's like you get a whole bunch of advice.
Exactly. So the time between our next show, this is going to be the most important. So I would like to talk to a few different business owners or entrepreneurs and, you know, ask them a few questions, you know, and during that time we can also talk about some, you know, promotional opportunities with us here. So with that being said, you know, if you know, think about the questions, I would like to know, you know, who you are, what your company is. Have you always had your own company? Did you work for somebody else before? And what was the defining moment that you said, you know what, like Dylan said earlier, it's time for me to do my own thing?
Right. To schedule an entrepreneur counseling session with Tony Four, email at flipahs@gmail.com. What's that? AHS? Yes, flip. Yeah, he's the flip boss, by the way. I didn't necessarily hashtag that.
Yeah, that's my IG, the flip boss.
Follow me at flip boss. So we are going to definitely create sessions for people to talk to them about their growth. Keep in mind, and I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. Tony made a very pretty penny, and he put himself in a position to be able to walk away from a job that paid. Y'all know what the zeros look like that we be looking to make, man. I ain't gonna talk about all his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Women in the mic, Spice One drinks. Shout out to Spicy, shout out to King Drew. And if you know anybody else, tag this stream, share this stream, share this stream. This is going to be something that we're going to do bi-weekly. This is a bi-weekly starting out. So this gives us time to set up some sessions and get the people in for their interviews as well and present some things to show growth from possibly where a person is at this moment to where they may be in 4 to 6 months through these sessions that we're doing with Tony. So what you got to finish them off with, Tony, before we get out of here? Also, this is a 1 hour show. We're not doing the 2 hours like we're doing the mail review. The mail review is on Saturdays from 11 to 1. The flagship show of Yale Radiocast.
The flagship show of Yale.
Flagship show. We are the longest tenured show. And because it's my show. Just because it's my show, there's nothing special about it.
Yeah.
As long as I'm here.
It's always special, right? We want to speak it into existence. The biggest thing I would like the audience to do is to share this. You know, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, share it, and you may know someone that has a gift.
Right.
I'm telling you, you may know somebody that has a gift that could run their own business that's sleeping on it, or even yourself.
Yeah.
Between now and the next time we have the show, also dig deep down into yourself and write on a piece of paper what's been calling you possibly your whole life.
Yeah, right. We're going to get deeper into the paperwork stuff later. Like, we don't want to give everybody the thing today because this ain't like a 4-show series. It's
pretty deep.
It's going to be a extended series throughout, some months with this. So we can't give everything. We want to give step by steps for finding out who you are. Just saying that like we got Drew here, we got Spicy with the drinks. Okay, you got an idea that you want to do this. How did you find out this is what you want to do? Now that you figured out this is what you want to do, what's the creative process?
Exactly.
Now that we got the creative process, what's the idea in your head? Now the development of it.
The development and that's usually the hardest road is the actual development. I mean, because most people have the vision inside of their head, but it's the actual steps.
Right.
Speaking of steps, man, these steps coming up to this studio.
Man, look here, you work out, dude. And I actually told you to take the front door. Whether it has an elevator.
Well, I did my cardio this morning. I got up early and worked out before I did my other job, so I was in and out of the gym before 7.
Man, now you're talking this shit. King Drew will be locked in talking my walk in life. And King Drew, a hip-hop artist who has a very detailed and interesting walk in life. He was on our other show, Pimp Talk, just a couple of weeks ago, talking about his road to his music. Man, I'm telling about an outstanding person, first and foremost, before an artist. And I think that's the thing that I love about this platform. It gets to show the person of who they are.
Absolutely.
Aside from the business, we get to know who Tony Ford is, because people who have, worked alongside of you know you as a boss, and that's a great thing, or a manager or a director of sorts, a general manager of sorts, or whatever your position is, but they get to see who Tony is and how you got here, and other people's story as well, just to show the people the multiple layers, as you said, of how deep it goes before you really become this word entrepreneur.
Absolutely, and you have to prepare yourself, and you need to start changing yourself now. So once you have the vision, and you have a path, or you have a direction of where you want to go, you need to start preparing yourself to be that person for when the destination's here. You're that person. You can't. You're not going to change how as you get older, right?
Right.
What are you going to do when you drive a new car? You're still you aging, but you have a new car.
Yeah.
You want to evolve, so that way everyone else benefits by it.
Right. I think as you evolve personally, you get a better understanding of evolving your business as well. The business grows as you grow.
Exactly. Exactly. There's too much talent out here. I know there's some people sleeping. I know that they have some hidden gifts, some hidden talents, some co-workers that can sing, they can do their own thing. Let's wake them up. Let's get it.
I think we're going to go ahead and go with your hashtag is the last thing that we discussed as we were formatting your show is success starts with passion. And I think that's going to be your brand right there.
Success starts with passion, and the passion is what's calling you. I'm telling you, you have something calling you in your mind every time you go to sleep, every time you go to take a nap, every time right before you open up your eyes. That right there, that level of thinking is what's calling you, and I think we need to explore that.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do, man. Well, outstanding first edition of The Uneducated Entrepreneur with Tony E4.
Yeah.
Boss man Tony. Flip boss Tony.
Flip it.
So y'all go ahead and leave them out where they need to follow you at, and just give them a real quick sign off, boss.
Absolutely. I appreciate everybody's time. I'll start with gratitude and end with gratitude.
Okay. You kept it simple.
Simple for now.
Simple for now till we get in. So once again, this is the first edition of The Uneducated Entrepreneur. We are taking the word uneducated and flipping it into a bigger meaning. You don't have to have gone to college. You just need the knowledge So we're going to use that as a platform. We're going to grow. Once again, you have the emails. Please contact Tony Ford. We're going to use this platform within the next 2 weeks to get some people in, to get some interviews. We appreciate it. Hold up, we got one more comment. Who do we got? Let's see what we got on the stream right here. Shout out King Drew. Y'all speaking to my being. Thank you for the words. Hey, Drew, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everybody else for tuning in on the stream. We will be back. This, once again, will be a bi-weekly series. We're doing it on Friday, but the goal is every other Thursday. And the end of the month show will be the interview of the business people. So hashtag your business. And if you got an official website, tag your official website in the stream as well, and we're going to communicate with you, and we're going to get you in. We're going to talk about some counseling, and let's get some business popping. Thank y'all for tuning in to The Uneducated Entrepreneur with Tony Ford. Till next time.